We're
Does this
streaming.
mean I can no longer say naughty words?
Yeah, not overly naughty words. Yes.
Did you know if you swear in the first, 10 minutes of a video, the whole video gets demonetized?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I'm running for 10 minutes now.
With like the AI, the AI just automatically picks it up.
All right, so let's get into it here, team. Welcome to the adventure. I'm very excited to embark on this with you. And so the precipice of our adventure is going to start in the hustling, regal city of Neverwinter. So for those who don't know, Neverwinter is one of the most prosperous cities in the Sword Coast. One of the key reasons being it, just as the name says, the port never freezes. So it is constantly, trade comes in and out. There's more wealth there than, so if you take the contrasting Baldur's Gate also has a lot of wealth, but it also has a lot of crime. There's a lot of thievery, crime. Neverwinter is more of like the precipice of humanity in the Sword Coast. So Solomon, after your previous adventures out at sea, which we won't go too far into, but you've found your way back to Neverwinter. You're still searching for what's next in your life and your purpose, and but so the boat that you rode in on essentially made berth in Neverwinter and returned there from your voyage in the seas. Horatio, obviously living a life of thievery and running, obviously no home to run to. You've found your way to Neverwinter, trying to seek obviously the next coin, the next bit, the next dollar, and the next something for you. So you've found your way to Neverwinter, and you're searching for odd jobs here and there, stealing, pickpocketing here and there, wherever you need to basically survive. And you're calling Neverwinter home, but I wouldn't say that your house is very much to write home about either. And all right, one moment. All right, I've lost my screen. Give me one moment. And we're back. Okay, so, and is it LePage or LePage?
LePage.
LePage. Neverwinter is your home. So growing up with two parents, you have lived a regal life in the Neverwinter Hills. You've lived in a mansion. You've had everything to your name that you could possibly have asked for, and you're at a point where you're coming of age, but you know the streets of Neverwinter very well. You've had butlers walking you, holding your hands through them for many years, and you are so your home is there, and you live there and you reside there. So on a chance evening, LePage, you flee from your mansion. You are looking for, basically, you go to one of the slightly dingier parts of town to thrust yourself on the locals of that part of the world, and you find yourself in, I wouldn't say the dingiest or dirtiest tavern, but sort of, it's like a 3 or 4 out of 10, you would have called it. Solomon, the first place you went to after your boat returned to shore was also this very tavern, and you have sat down. Very obviously, you're not extremely welcoming in appearance, but you've sat down at a table and you're sipping on your ale. And I would say, what's your name, Horatio? You would call this town your home. This tavern would be your home. This is sort of your local haunt. You go here quite regularly, and just in this particular evening, the tavern is busier than it's been in a very long time. So it is shoulder to shoulder. It is hustling, bustling. There's music playing. It is absolutely going off. By chance, the three of you have found a table together. It's a very cramped sort of in the corner. It's just by chance that the three of you have grabbed a drink and sat down together. And I might invite you to explain your characters and what you see. Sitting around the table, you've got a candlelight just right in front of you. Again, there's firelight lighting the tavern. But yeah, what do you see when you maybe explain LePage to start? What do the other characters see looking at you?
So, LePage is the rich kid. He's very much everything he owns is more than everything that you're wearing. Like his dagger costs more than your clothes. He's never had an issue in his life where money's never been a problem. Sitting at this pub, it's his first time he's ever experienced anything like this. He's never gone to a place. He's never even crossed the street without a guard. He's looking around and he's like, "Is this the place? Like, is this the pub? Is this where the work? Is this where the work lives?" And he's just looking across at the two of you, and he's just so surprised. He's like, "You guys come here?"
And Solomon, what does LePage see when he sees Solomon?
So Solomon would probably be sitting at the main bar, like not so much off to the side tables, trying to strike up a conversation, make friends, sort of get the lay of the land. And you'd sort of see this like big burly, sort of old-looking fella. Not so much scary, but weathered. So like you'd see he's very scarred. He's maybe a little bit tattered, but he does have sort of like friendly eyes, and a kind of a welcoming expression. You'd see probably like a fur coat draped behind him. Most of his armor is battle worn, but by no means cheap. But he doesn't sort of look like the sort of person who's much for possessions and valuables. I think he's sort of just someone looking for new friends, new people to meet, new places to explore.
Right, and Solomon, just so you're aware, you did you are sitting at a table. Sorry,
sorry.
It was actually too busy, and you, as much as you would have wanted to go up to the bar, it's like that busy. Like there's actually like a performance happening almost in front of it, and it's mental. So much to your dismay, you've got your drink and you've sat down, and the three of you are at a table. It'd be like a table for four, but there's like one Solomon sort of almost taking up the whole side. He's a big boy with all his armor on. And Horatio, what are the other two seeing in you? What do you look like?
Well, Horatio's, I think he's standing on a couple boxes just to reach, the table. It's a wee bit short and a wee bit round, but I don't think either of them really noticed that he was there to begin with. He's usually quite to himself. When they look at him, they can see that he's got quite rundown clothes. It looks like he doesn't really replace anything unless he absolutely has to. Quite round is always the first thing that people see, but at the same time, in his profession of being a thief, it lends to itself because you can't really see what he's got on him. There's very clearly a bow by his side, just resting against his leg, but besides that, he's just feeling quite at home at the bottom of a glass, and kind of happy that someone's probably here to have a chat for once.
Amazing. Great. And would any of you say anything to one another, or like I'm not asking, I'm just
I think
forcing
Solomon,
you, but would any of you say anything?
As Solomon sort of stumbles back from his position, like grabs his beers, stumbles over to the table. Big boy in a pretty crowded pub. I think he sort of stumbles over the Horatio that he missed and immediately spills his beer all over the rich kid in the other side of the table. And straight away pulls his coat and starts dabbing him down, apologizing with a bit of a chuckle.
Disgust. What? How could you? Do you
Forgive me,
not
mate.
know what this coat is made of? This was made of dragon.
killed a few of those. Yeah, I'll tell you about it sometime, mate.
Well, you owe me a dragon coat.
Best I can do at the moment is another pint if you want one, and one for our little friend in the corner here.
What is a pint? Get me a glass of brandy.
Yes.
Oh. And then I would head over and bring over 3 pints, because fuck all that's brandy.
Fine.
While he's complaining about his little dragon coat being covered in.
I reckon
It's a
Horatio would
warm
look good in that coat.
My little thieving eyes are starting to look at the little dagger on his hip and size him up a little bit, but that's about as far as we get as I eagerly await another beverage.
Great. Well, as you're sipping on your drinks, all of a sudden you do in the back of the room, you do start to hear you hear a glass. For the first thing you hear is a glass shatter against the wall, and you start to see like a scuffling, a bit of a clearly a disagreement. It's very crowded. It's very noisy still in the tavern, but you can clearly see there's a couple of dwarves up by the bar that are getting a little shook up by some other hooded people. So there's one of them has one of them has basically pushed. You can see someone's been pushed. You can see that there's punches starting to get thrown by people onlooking, but there's clearly like there's clearly something happening between these dwarves and this person. In this other group of people. So they continue, like more people start to sort of come up in arms, start to punch, and the fighting hasn't quite reached you guys yet at your table, but it's getting that way. It's like your old-fashioned tavern brawl that's starting to ensue. Roll for a perception check, all of you.
How do I do that?
That's okay.
Tell him how to
Character
roll
sheet
it.
and go to your character sheet where it says the skills, and if you just click on perception in that big long box that has all your skills in it,
Yes.
it'll let you roll it. That was a natural 20.
Was that a natural 20 minus
No,
one?
It was. I have a -1.
Oh,
Is that a
that
natural
count?
20? Yeah, it is.
It is
It does.
new D&D. I don't know if it's the same as in the old one, but I think technically speaking, rolls like natural 20s and 1s don't mean anything outside of combat anymore.
yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
got
is my
it.
roll, sorry? Perception?
Yeah.
Do I care about the ability modifier, or I just leave it?
Nope.
Nah, just
You
leave
just
it.
leave
It's all automated.
Yeah, the math is great in this.
16.
Wonderful. All right. So, obviously, this commotion is causing, like, you're all very interested in it. LePage is somewhat somewhat disinterested, as he is with most things in life, and but Horatio and Solomon, given your background in having to fend for yourself in combat and all these things, you're sort of you take note of. So the 3 hooded figures that are surrounding these dwarves, you can clearly see that they're all branded by this like black spider tattoo on their arm. Like they all have a uniformed black spider tattoo on their arm. And at this stage, the fighting really starts to heat up in the tavern. So you can see fighting ensuing. There's people that are actually getting smashed up, bloodied up in the face. Like it's really escalating. And Horatio, can you roll a dexterity save, please?
Yep.
The same page, but in saves instead of skills. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, a glass bottle actually comes and smacks Horatio in the back of the head. It's been thrown from across the room, and it smashes right into him. And so at this stage, yeah, you can see the fighting all heating up. All of a sudden, the one of the 2 dwarves that were in that sort of disagreement where this all manifested, you kind of see him. He rolls in behind Solomon. He kind of pushes behind him and he jumps next to Solomon he's obviously extremely distressed at this stage, and he just says, quiet, I need to hide here.
Who are you hiding from, mate? I've already drenched my good friend over here in ale, and if you don't tell me, I might drench another.
There's evil at foot. I just need a place to hide for the moment.
Care to point it out? We'd be happy to help.
You'd be happy to help. That would be astounding. I'm in a need of a hand, and to be honest, at least you, sir, you look like you'd be firm in a fight. So I'd love that if possible.
What fight? I'm just starting to realize what's happening now. I'm just like, what?
Can I insight check him to see if he's like just trying to hide because he's like maybe a thief or something? Because I'm assuming I'd have some idea of the background of the town.
Yeah.
Being a bit crimey.
You can roll in with advantage.
No, I just rolled it normal.
Roll with advantage.
Yeah. 11.
You can clearly see that this dwarf is running from something. He looks very good-natured and good-willed. His appearance is actually dissimilar to what you'd think of a dwarf. So he has your traditional beard. He's short. He's your 3'8". He wears quite a large pointy hat. He's got a very
white?
No, it's like a dark gray kind of cowboy type hat, and it sits quite large on him as well. He Jesus Christ. He has like a really well done beard, and he's very friendly in appearance. So he has like you can easily see you do have a certain trust towards him, Solomon, when he speaks, and he looks extremely distressed. So you offered to help him, and he says, at the moment, I need to try and hide. There's these men that are after me.
I want to pick him up, sit him up on my shoulder, and say, no, come on, mate, none of this hiding. Let's go find the bad people. Come on, point them out.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna walk with you as well, and I'm gonna say, I'm like, let me talk to these people. I'll sort this out.
And before this is all like it's even happened, it's so busy in this tavern that he's actually been pulled away. He's actually been forcefully pulled away. LePage from the other side of the table. You could see this happening, but you almost like none of this is also new to you. You don't even know what's going on. So the dwarf gets pulled away visibly in his face. He's very anguished. He gets pulled and taken far out the back of the pub, the tavern.
And we see that happen?
LePage did. You just turned to look to you just turned to say we're here to help you, and he's gone, basically.
All right, and I'll look over to them and be like, our friend, did he have another friend with him?
Not that I saw.
Somebody just took him out the door.
I'm still rubbing the back of my head off to get blast, but that
I'm like,
big guy that you were just chatting to, is one of us? Like,
I don't think so. I don't know. He's big, he's burly, and he's gone.
Well, is anyone else gonna buy a drink here? Otherwise, I'm probably gonna.
All of a sudden, you hear like LePage and Horatio from your side of the table. You can see the dwarf almost like hanging onto the side of the exit door, and he's like waving, and he says, you can hear him from across the bar, help me, I'll make it worth your while. And he gets yanked out.
All right, Solomon sculls his beer and just yells out, "Get back here!" and like starts following, like storming out after them. Brings the glass with him because it may become a bludgeoning tool.
And,
nice.
I'm just gonna look behind him and be like, "Oh, lovely, let's go."
Solomon definitely given Solomon, given your background, you definitely do feel there's something sinister at work. You've never seen, and Horatio, your knowledge of this pub, you've never seen that insignia before. You've never seen that that spider insignia, you're very like this is your part of town, and you're almost like you're very shook up by who these people could be.
I begrudgingly finish my drink. I grab my bow, and with no money left, I follow the pretty boy with money.
All right, so yeah, you guys, you're going to help him, right? You're going out the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
I'm
following.
storming out.
You're pushing through. You're pushing through the fight. LePage, give me a deck. I need a dexterity check from LePage and Solomon.
Oh, I'm not being dexterous going through. Solomon's just walking puffy chested.
Just
he's
no.
pumping his
Give me
way
the
through.
dexterity. Give me the dexterity.
Okay.
Let me live my life.
Yeah, it doesn't let me do. Oh, yeah, you just got to click on the word dex, not the
Yeah,
number.
it's not, they changed it a bit.
It's funky.
All right,
Solomon
so
trips over Horatio.
yeah.
Again,
LePage.
and spills his second beer.
There's a fist that comes like, eat this, pretty boy, and he goes to smack LePage across the face. LePage actually deflects it, and it smacks Solomon. But all of a sudden, this obviously visibly smashed person, he hits Solomon, and he sees who he's hit, and he just runs, he just bolts off. But no damage taken. You've taken punches like this before. All right, so you continuing.
Yeah, I think I'll just shrug it off and keep walking. Yeah.
Yeah, continuing. So you go out the back, and the sight that you see is there's the three figures that are around this dwarf. You're now in the back alley. There's garbage all around. LePage has never seen anything like this. There's some homeless people, around down the hallway. And it's clearly like a shakedown, but you all of a sudden you see a knife pulled as well. You're still quite far away from all of these happenings and goings on, and there's actually a fourth figure. You notice a fourth figure is with them. She also has a hood over her face, but you can clearly tell that it's a female in silhouette. She's garbed in like this really very pronounced all black armor. She again looks nothing like what you would see around this part of the world. There's almost there's a true sinister feeling that you see within her, and she is you can sort of tell that she's the one doing the questioning, while the other ones are the muscle. And
does she also bear the brand? I take it.
She's completely gauntleted up, so she's armored up. Yeah. She's all in black and has like almost something over her mouth as well. Like she's quite done up in very strong, maybe medium armor. She's hooded as well, very much like very sinister in appearance. And she takes one look at you and sees that you're coming out with bottle in hand, Solomon, and immediately behind her opens a dimension door, and she just pops through it and leaves. And so she disappears the second she notices that someone is watching, and she is gone into the who knows where ether. And
the other ones are still there, though, right?
The other ones are still there, but they have taken notice of you, and roll an intimidation check as a party. The page is rolling very high.
Wisdom build, right?
Yeah, we've got LePage in the middle, Solomon on the left, Horatio on the right, and having their obviously their leader leave, they dump the dwarf, they smack his head against the wall, and they walk away, and the dwarf is just lying on the ground, just spitting out some of his blood, and he looks up at the three of you, and he says, "Lads, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. I don't know what was about to happen to me if you didn't show up.
I want to just offer him sort of my hand, help him up, pat him on the back, check he's all good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. I'm forever in your debt. I really, really appreciate everything you've done for me today. And he says to you, he says, "Gents, look, I know it's a chance meeting here, but I don't live my life by chance, and I believe that there's a reason for us meeting here today. And the truth is, I've came to this pub looking for help on a very, very, very important journey. The truth is, I've discovered something very which I can't divulge a ton in, but I've discovered something close by to the town of Neverwinter in the rural district of Phandalin. And at the moment I can't say more, but what I need is some muscle, and the three of you look like you could be that muscle for me. I need someone to escort a caravan to the town of Phandalin, and we'll pay you each of you 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces?
10 gold pieces.
Solomon like sort of jabs Horatio with his elbow. Sort of, do you hear that, Bilbo? Fucking muscle over here.
Ooh. Yeah, there's muscle under there, right?
and I suppose the three of you are friends, correct? The three of you are traveling together.
I look at LePage's absolutely drenched coat, and I sort of just say, "We're working on it."
Friends is an understatement.
And he says to you, look, I'm in desperate need of this help, and if you don't show up tomorrow at the Hallwinter stables, I'll know that you won't. I know that you won't be helping me, but I implore you. As much as I want to be able to divulge more, I can't at this stage. But there's more than money at work in Phandalin. There's riches far beyond any money that can be found there, and but all I need you to do is escort this caravan for me into Phandalin. I'll meet you there on the other side, and we'll take it from there.
How long is it gonna take to do this trip?
Have you never ridden the high road or the Tribord Trail before, young man?
Never ridden, but
it's a mere 3 days journey
dwarf.
from there.
It's not a horse.
dwarf. A bit shorter than a dwarf, mate.
Can you worry? I've got 2 oxen that will help you, escort you to and an entire caravan. You can sit in the back if you need to, and it will take the whole journey should take no more than 2 to 3 days, barring any issues. You simply take the high road south of here, and then you'll connect with the Tribord Trail, and you'll meet my accomplice Sildar and I on the other side in Phandalin. I must go. I must hurry. I must head there now. They're watching me, please take this symbol of my trust. And he takes out from his back pocket. He pulls out this really ominous looking like case, or like it has a bit of a magical eminence to it as well. And he says, please take this as a token of my trust. I cannot take it at the moment. It's too unsafe for me to hold it. They know I have it. That's what those people were trying to find, and trying to seek information from me, but I can't give it to them. I have no one else to trust at this stage.
I want to take the box and have a look at it and see if it's familiar in any way, or like there's anything I can gauge by looking at it.
Sure. No, it's one of a kind, very much one of a kind. It has you can detect a magical presence with it, but you can't see much more than that. It looks like a puzzle box, or like a very intricate designed, like it could have been from dwarven craft, but you can't quite pin exactly what it could be or where it's from. But he says it's of utmost importance that this rides with you, and reaches Phandalin on the other side.
I hand it to LePage and just say to him, "You hold on to this. Maybe that lovely young lady will come back. Dashing fellow like you, just your type." And I hand him the box.
I'm not one to turn down a gift.
I look him up and down. It shows.
LePage, can you put in your inventory that you are holding one magical box? Just put it in the notes.
One wet box. Oh, magical box.
No, it's wet. It's wet once he grabs it. Yeah.
Yeah, beer wet. How do you add just basic? Oh, you gotta do that in the. Yeah, I gotta make a custom item. It's dumb.
Yeah, don't, as long as you write it down and then do it after the session, whatever. That's easy as well. Okay. All right. So, Solomon, you lift up the dwarf back onto his feet, and he's brushing himself off. He's still bleeding from the nose.
Sorry, we can't make items. We don't have permission.
All good. I've wrote a note.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so he's back on his feet. He says, again, can't thank you, friends, enough, and cannot wait to see you on the other side of this journey. I must depart this evening with haste, but I will see you in a few days in Phandalin.
That you will.
Aye.
Any more questions for the dwarf before he leaves?
Do you have a T-shirt?
A t-shirt?
Yes. Yeah. Do you have something that I can dry myself with?
I have my
Solomon
clothes, just the
takes
clothes
off
off my
his-
bath. Sorry.
Solomon takes off his fur coat and just like firmly tosses it. Sort of like, like the toss, but you kind of just slam it into their chest and just hush your complaining.
Yeah.
I want it back tomorrow.
In
And I just-
closing, have any of you been to Phandalin before?
Never even heard of it.
Can't say it.
I've
That's-
never left the town.
Ah, you've never left Neverwinter.
Ah, no. I've only ever stayed inside with my family.
Ah, well, you will find Phandalin to be a lot more simple, being a frontier town. It holds. It has a very rich history. I can't get to it now, but I think you'll find it much more simple than Neverwinter. And yes, I can't wait to see you there soon. And he bows to you and says, "Thank you, friends, and please make haste." And he says, "Yeah, we'll see you at the Mulweather stables tomorrow at noon to depart."
I sort of pat both of the other two on the back and say, "Come on then, I owe you two a beer, and I think some introductions are more than overdue." And I start ushering them back into the pub or in the tavern.
As you do go back into the tavern, there's even more of an ominous feeling, that friendly sort of tavern brawl that you've seen. You can see a congregation of people, and you've actually found the dwarf that was with the other dwarf. He didn't actually introduce himself. His name was Gundren Rockseeker. You can call him Gundren. So Gundren's companion has been slit. His throat was slit, and he is bleeding out on the bar floor. And so Gundren has left at this time, just so you're aware. So obviously a very sinister feeling. The tavern brawl has somewhat subsided, and that's you left there. You can still get a drink if you want.
Yeah, I want to sit down and find out who these two are. I sit them both down and walk back over with, this time, two ales and a brandy. Served on the rocks.
A man of culture.
Slide it across. I trust this will do.
Yeah, and I reach out and I cheers the boys.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Now, what's your name, pretty boy? Haven't heard it yet.
My name is Lepage.
But it sounds exotic. Where Lepag?
Lepage.
I think he said Lapagi.
Lepagi. Oh, okay. Lepagi. Lepagi it is. And how about you, little one?
Well, me. I'm Horatio Jackson. You don't know me. This is
Horatio.
yes. Don't forget it. You're in my pub right now, mate. But I can't afford a drink, so thank you. And I'll take a quick sip before she gets warm.
Beautiful.
I look over at Horatio and I just say to him, like, you know, you could get a job.
I
And,
tried.
and you have a job, do you, pretty boy?
Yes. My father has taken care of everything.
Yeah, seems like hard work. And I start sipping my beer.
You wouldn't know hard work.
Solomon just looks at him and just lets him take in the scarred face, the worked hands, the worn armor, and just goes, you're right, mate. I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Horatio just, as he's sipping, looks at the bottom of his glass, raises his eyebrows, and just thinks this is why he doesn't talk to people.
A very chance meeting between three eclectic individuals. And sorry, how old are you, Lepage and
26.
Horatio?
I am 31.
31 and 26. And Solomon is 50?
Solomon's he's about 70.
He's old.
Yeah. He's well.
Yeah.
He looks 50s, but like rough
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah, understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's lived 3 of their lives.
Blue collar 50s.
Blue collar 50s. Perfect. Okay. Anything else you want to do in the tavern before you go?
I should probably also make it clear, my character's a tiefling. I haven't introduced it as that, but it is a tiefling.
Yeah, so you have horns.
Oh, mad.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can definitely see them. Like, they're predominant. Yeah.
Is that
Just
right?
so you-
What color's your skin?
Blue, purple.
Sorry, what'd you say, Horatio?
Is there a way for me to look at someone else's stuff or not really?
No, I don't think so.
You're not
Okay,
really meant
that's-
to.
No,
You're
you're
not
not
really
you
meant
are
to.
not generally meant to. The idea is like you only sort of know what your character would know.
Yeah, I just want the picture, but I'll just bring it up on Discord.
No, like, so it's up to me to describe.
You can click on their character sheet. I just
Yeah,
realized.
but
I can
it's
fucking-
also up to me to, like, describe my character to you.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
Yeah.
I'll leave that.
like it's white hair, white and blue hair with horns, very, very posh, thin, and very smug.
Yes.
5'8", 80 kilos. He's must be jacked.
Yeah, but he's like,
kilos is yeah. That's including his jewels.
Yeah.
He refused to take them off on the way-ins.
All right, so
I suppose after a night of drinking, I get up and say it's been a long night for an old fart like me. Same time tomorrow, lads. And I totter off to the nearest hotel, or inn, I should say.
upstairs.
Okay, I totter
Yeah.
upstairs.
I look around and I say, I'm like, I have nowhere to sleep. Where do I sleep?
Solomon chuckles and points to a bale of hay in the corner and says, "Is that up to your standards?"
Hey, that's mine.
I just walk over to the barkeep and I say, look, I'll give you 50 gold right now for a room.
Place.
Nice. And the barkeep looks at you and looks down at the money and says, and he doesn't even respond. He just like hands you a key, and he just points to the staircase.
Yeah.
It's like his
And I-
personal house key.
Yeah, I wave to Horatio and I say, come with me. We're getting you a bed.
Whoa.
I'll take
Dangerous.
No, I'm getting like all the boys. We're getting a room. Like we're getting beds. We're not sleeping like peasants.
I look very hesitantly,
Yeah.
but I cannot turn down a good night's sleep.
A good bale of hay.
Horatio sleeps the entire night with one eye open. All right, great. All right, so are we embarking on this journey as a unit?
I believe so.
I think so.
Great. Well, the next morning, you wake up. Horatio hasn't really slept. He was worried about Lepage in the sheets next to him, and
Burrito.
and so you all wake up in agreement. Again, this eclectic bunch in agreement to pursue whatever this mysterious adventure might be, to learn more of the town of Phandalin and what lies there. And is there anything you wanted to do in town before you left Neverwinter? Is there any loose ends that you needed to tie up? And you don't have to.
I'm under the assumption that we're going to return to Neverwinter, and the reason I came is something I can do at any point. So I'm pretty cool to just hang out.
I normally call the place home, but I'm pretty sure most of my belongings are on my person.
Backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. In your
Yeah,
pants.
and LePage is carrying half of them for you as well. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah, it's good.
Great.
Yeah, I'm carrying around just like a bag of gold. Like the guys don't know about it, but I do have like a bag of gold just on me that I've taken from my parents.
How much gold are we talking?
500.
Is it game breaking gold or
No. It's not, it's like I'm not gonna spend it stupidly, but it's like I've got a bag of gold.
A big bag of gold. All right. Cool. So you head over to the Mallweather stables, and just as promised, you see 2 oxen getting strapped up by the stable hand with you like old school sort of Western style. What are those called? That like the buggies that the oxen carry. So you see that, and the stable hand looks at you and says, "Ah, you must be the 3 that Gundren mentioned. Who will be driving the oxen then?"
I just look at the 2 guys and I'm like, I'm sitting.
I don't know about you, Horatio, but I'm fairly sure I heard LePage over here, Prince Charming, chattering in his sleep about wanting to help the oxen pull the cart, actually.
Okay. I look at the 2 and I'm like, really? Okay, fine, I'll drive. I've never done something like this before, so like I'm probably rolling with disadvantage, just out of character. like me doing anything.
So I'll give you the lay of the oxen and the cart. So you've basically got a whole bunch of supply. You can see a whole bunch of supplies in the back. So this is the supplies that the stable hand mentions. This is everything that Gundren needed. You see mining tools, you see provisions, you see a variety of different things, but definitely like a theme of this looks like a mining or type of excavation that you're seeing. There is space in the back for 2 people to sit, and there is space at the front to drive the oxen with the ropes. You could have 2 people sitting there. Where would you like to be sitting? We've got Lepage on the oxen at the moment.
I think I'd let him drive the oxen, at least at first, just for a bit of fun. And then if it starts going to shit, I'd offer to take over once the novelty wears off.
Yeah, no problem. And Horatio?
He's used to the back seat. He's happy to hop in and just chill out.
He fits it anywhere.
In your little jump seat?
He just says, "Solomon, send me. Pop me up there."
Yeah, I'd toss him up.
Perfect. All right. So, the stable hand does say to Lepage, Lepage is sort of sitting there looking at the reins, and the stable hand does look up to him and just says they'll pretty much drive themselves. So don't worry too much.
This is just like at home then. They drive themselves.
All right, so you depart Neverwinter, and the three of you sort of all take stock and think, what has brought us here together in such an interesting trio of individuals, and you venture away, all with your own obviously motives and purposes, and Lepage, you look back at Neverwinter and you think, Jesus is as far as I've ever been from home. Horatio's just in the back sort of hopping along, he's pretty stoked, and Solomon is like, here we go again, another adventure. And your journey sets out. It's quite uneventful. You've all but the other two of you have ridden the high road before. It's one of the most common highways along the Sword Coast, so it's a familiar road. It's quite bustling with caravans. It's a major super highway, and you come across, you've been riding for almost a day, and you come across a sign that says, basically, it's like a real rickety sign though. It's like almost like half falling off, and it says, like, it's an arrow and it says Phandalin, but it's almost like it's like screws like worn down, so it's almost like pointing to the ground a little bit as well. But you also see a sign that's in a little bit more intact, and it says the Tribor Trail. And with somewhat difficulties and Solomon's assistance, Lepage is able to maneuver the oxen off the road, and the road changes immediately. So this is something that Lepage immediately notices, and you've gone from like the cobblestones of the high road to we're not in Kansas anymore. Well, we're in Kansas now. Yeah, it's a dirt road. It's winding. It's very, very minimally trodden. There's very little going on, and Solomon, you're humming over in your mind. You're humming over what happened in the evening, and there's this memory that springs to your mind that you feel as though you remember the dwarf that you met, Gundren, from another life, as in you feel like you know him all of a sudden. You took stock of it. You were a little bit drunk at the time when you spoke to him, but you took stock, and you remember him in a way. It's almost like what's it called when you have like a memory that, or something happens, deja vu. Like,
yeah.
more than that, but almost like you can't get past that thought that, okay, I feel like I know him, but all of a sudden, do I know that dwarf? He had a resemblance of someone I feel like I've dealt with in the past, and you feel very driven to finding out more based on that thought, but really cannot get past literally just that. So that's you, and so you're on the Tribor Trail again, relatively uneventful. You start to go through, you're at the southern tip of the Neverwinter Woods. You start to approach, you're in the woods at this time, and the path's getting windy. It's a nice sunny day, a little bit windy, and you round a corner in the woods, and in front of you see a couple of horses, and they look slightly perturbed. There's obviously some disturbance. Their reins are it looks like they were reined, but they've dropped whoever was riding them or whatever they were dragging. Their reins are sort of strewn about, and that's where it leads you.
All right, so I'm kind of like pulling up to this, and I'm observing that these horses are something doesn't look right, and I kind of just yell to the guys and I say, "Hey, wake up!"
Solomon's awake. He wouldn't have gone for a nap.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he'd probably
together.
Yeah, he'd open up the cart door and suss out what's going on, have a bit of a look see.
All right, so I'll just pull the cart over and just like try to like slow the oxen down.
Yeah.
That was...
Okay. So sorry, I'm just doing something quickly. Okay, so you pull over the cart. The horses are quite skittish. They sort of neigh when they see you, like they're clearly a little bit disturbed. You start to look around. Roll a survival check, all three of you.
I've also got something I want to do here before we get too far into it.
None of you are surviving. Solomon, you do notice. So having your keen eye of obviously combat and battle before, you do feel like something's gone on here. You see footprints in the mud on the muddy path. You see, you spot an arrow tip in the mud, and like signs of a battle. You also see, upon observation, a number of footprints leading into one direction just north of the path.
I'd probably just relay all that information to the others and then steadily approach the horses, sort of just with a hand out, like not aggressively.
I also walk up to Solomon and I put my hand kind of like out with him and I use speak with animals.
Nice.
I am, as they're doing that, I'm already quite a distrusting person. So I hang back and just stay by the cart for now and try to make myself not as out there.
Cool. So you're you're hanging back, Horatio? Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
like,
you
this is like
speak with animals on the horses.
Yeah. So I've looked over to
Yeah.
Solomon and I kind of say like I've learned this skill in my studies, and I can speak to the animals, and I ask the horses, what's happened here? What's going on?
The horse immediately to your right looks at you and says, we were attacked. We were attacked. All we saw was a flash of light, and our riders were missing. They were gone.
Do you know which way they went?
I don't know which way they went. I just know that we were riding slowly, and they must have been taken away. I remember hearing their screams, but just seeing a flash of light, and we ran into the woods immediately once it happened, and that's all I remember.
Okay. So I take that information, I relay it back to the group.
The footprints, are they following the sort of standard trail that the caravan could go along? Or would we have to ditch the caravan to follow the footprints?
You would have to ditch. So there's sort of like, you could see so there was a number of footprints that are leading off there. No, they are off. They would be off the caravan path for sure. So they, they're off the caravan path.
I've been watching these two converse, and the fact that Lepage has told us what the horses have said, and he seems quite genuine. I'm not as distrusting. My guard is still up, but I'm not thinking of these two as enemies in this current moment. So I move closer, and I want to join the team and figure out what to do. Solly.
Well, I'll leave it to Solomon then, yeah, because
Yeah. Does it look at all possible to take the caravan with it, or like difficult, or is it straight up just not a possibility?
Not a possibility.
Okay.
It's through the woods, so the woods get thicker as you look you look where the footprints have gone. Very thick. Like, no, the oxen are not going through there. Lepage is not going to be able to negotiate that.
Could we try to hide the cart somewhere? Is there somewhere we could like park the cart and hide it if we wanted to go explore?
Not like obviously. Like I think it's going to be somewhat exposed no matter where it is. But yes, you could try and stash it away to a degree, and obviously harness up the oxen.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like just secure it.
Yeah, and Horatio, as you are walking up to the party, you stumble across a leather bag that you pick up, and you look at it, examine it, and it's completely emptied. Every little bit, there's nothing left in it. But you open up the flap of it. It looks like it could have held like maps as well as some coin. Like it looks like a map satchel. And you read in like sort of brushed common tongue. It says Gundren Rockseeker.
Mm.
Guy from the pub.
Mm.
The realization that this is something that, you know, the others would be interested in, and I quickly grab it, hold it above my head, and go, boys, and I run over with it, and then I say, Gundren, and I don't know what else to do, but at least now everyone knows that this is potentially part of something bigger.
I'd take the book, flip through it, and sort of just say to the other two, like, this Gundren is an enigma. I don't know how to say it, and I don't know where from, but I feel like I know him. He's from my past, I think, or just there's something about him. But I think one way or another we need to find him.
And just delving into that, sorry, I had something I wanted to mention as well, Solomon. With that memory, it's certainly a fond memory. You don't remember him being of any evil nature. There's a fondness that comes with that memory as well.
Yeah, so I suppose to add on to that, then I'd sort of just say like he's someone from my past, I think, but he's a friend, and I think we need to find him. I need to find him and get some answers.
And sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say and disclose to the others that part of my previous life I have been kind of shunned from the halflings because there's been rumors that my blood is tainted with dwarven blood. So I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them. So it is in my best interest when I see Solomon wanting to help the dwarf that I'm also pro this choice.
Can I take a look over the cart? Is there any way we could, I suppose, an easy way of saying it is lock it, like make it inaccessible?
Yeah, I mean, to the best of your ability, you can lock it. It could be with some force, could be opened. It's sort of a canvas, it's sort of a canvas like cowboy cart. So look,
easily destroyed.
I think I'd do my best to sort of lock it up and hide it, and then just say to the others, like at the end of the day, whatever's in that caravan isn't worth a life. I think we have to find him.
So just as this is all happening, you hear the three of you hear a disturbance in the woods, and all of a sudden, arrows fly at Solomon and Lepage, and I am going to see.
Is that just because there was like a little hill or something, and because of the arc, they couldn't actually get it to go low enough to hit Horatio? Or
no, it's just where they were standing. Solomon, a 9 is not going to hit you.
It's not going to hit, no.
Yep, and
I just realized my AC is lower than it was yesterday, and that's disappointing.
And
that's okay.
Lepage is a 16 going to hit you.
Yes, definitely.
That even would have hit me.
16. Okay, so the out of the bushes, you hear an arrow soar past you, Solomon. Your combat wits about you. You slip past behind the cart, and it buries itself into the cart next to you. Lepage, being completely surprised by this encounter, does get hit in the arm with an arrow and takes 2 piercing damage. And everyone is going to roll for it. Yeah, and runs away.
And I flinch and I go, "What was that?" And I'm like grabbing my shoulder and I'm like, "What?" I'm just like in total shock.
And you are all going to roll for advantage.
Initiative.
Initiative.
I wish we could roll for advantage.
Initiative.
There ain't no way I'm getting the advantage on nothing.
Bro, the portraits
Do
look-
we
the
need
AI
to
portraits
talk
look fucking sick.
to how to
Yeah.
do it
Oh
on
my
this?
god, yours is so good.
Do I just click on the initiative one?
Yeah,
You
is
just
it
click on
is
your
it
portrait.
simple? Yeah.
Just
is
click
it
on your
simple?
portrait and it rolls.
The fucking portraits are
Oh.
mad.
What? Oh, the portraits at the top?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
they
they
look
look
so
fucking hectic.
cool. They do. I love that.
I like that they all kind of match style now as well. Like
Yeah.
they're all that sort of like semi-realism.
Yeah, they're sick. Yeah, they're sick.
Like-
Okay, so what the three of you can see is so 3 goblins have ambushed your cart, and the horses have gotten quite scared by this. They've sort of run away a little bit. Solomon is standing because he was just locking up the cart. He's sort of standing by the cart. There's 2 goblins to the north and 1 to the south in the bush line. They're using their short bows and they're attacking you. And rolling my initiative. And it looks like Solomon is going to start us off.
Cool. All right, so oh, they're all the same guy. Okay, cool. I think immediately Solomon would try and sort of get between the bulk and my new friends. It won't let me move, but okay, now it does.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to get in. Like it says, I can't move to the next spot to my left.
That's because that's a wall. That is
That is a
so
wall.
sorry, I should have told you this. There is an embankment there that would be hard to climb. They're sort of standing at the top of that embankment.
Right. I'm gonna go back here.
Yeah, so
What
so you're on the trail, and then there's like a decent like 10-foot embankment on either side of it
Yeah.
that's been dug out. They have come from the woods. They're standing sort of next to trees on top of this embankment and shooting at you.
Yeah,
They don't have
okay.
high ground. They don't have high ground, but they're
Yeah.
they are above
And
you.
is it an action for me to climb up it?
I'll give you a bonus action. It's not that high.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna try and climb up to be
Okay.
between the 2 of them.
Yep. Perfect.
I can't put it there because of the wall thing, but you probably can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm going to make a swing. Basically, just like unsheath my greatsword and just try and like smash one with the hilt right in the back.
That's
Probably not gonna do much.
That is a miss with your great sword on the goblin.
Starting it off good.
Yes, sir. Standard FIP rolls. What's that? Combat? Time to roll single digits.
Yeah, unless it's a boss fight.
Yeah, exactly. And then I do 100 damage.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I've got no action and bonus action now.
Lepage, after taking your first, after seeing your blood for the very first time and noticing the color of it, what is your play?
What color is your blood?
What color is your blood?
What's a tiefling blood?
I imagine it's the same.
I think it's red. I think it's
Yeah,
red.
okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I had in my head like almost like a pearlescent, milky sort of.
Be whatever
Like
you
a
want. it to be.
uniform from Harry
This
Potter.
is-
Hey, you.
This is fantasy.
All right. Well, I experienced the arrow to my shoulder, and I realize the kind of situation I'm in now. It's kind of like fight or flight. The instincts have taken over. The training that I did receive behind the gates by the trainers that I've grown up with, like the fighters, I reach into my soul and I grab. I guess I channel it an Eldritch Blast.
Ooh. Yeah. And who are you targeting?
The one below us.
Yeah. That is. Does that miss? Make a ranged spell attack. Yes, that misses. It's
Ooh.
2+2. Whoa. Low roll.
All right,
I mean, mine was even lower. I had a +5
Yeah.
to hit, and I rolled a 9 total.
that's my turn.
We're all gonna die.
Horatio got to bring the house down.
Yeah, go Horatio. What's the play? Your
So
turn.
just quickly checking, can I move and then do an action?
Yep. So you basically have at basic level 1, you have your movement, your action, and your bonus action. Your turn basically happens simultaneously. You can do it in any order. You can do a bit of movement, then attack, then do a bit more movement. You can do it in any order combination you want.
So Horatio has a little bit of a smirk because he hasn't been in battle in a while and he feels a bit at home. However,
What the fuck is that?
he wasn't very happy with Lepage trying to cast an Eldritch Blast over the top of his head. So he's going to quickly duck around the other side and just quickly this. Yeah, I'm gonna click it.
Okay.
That one does a sneak attack. So because
Oh, that's right. Actual D&D sneak attack is so much better than fucking Baldur's Gate because I just have to be near people.
because Solomon is next to 2 people. Do I do that before I try to attack them or after I try?
Does
to
he
attack
get that? I don't.
Yeah, he does. In actual D&D, that is genuinely how it works. Because I didn't realize that until I listened to Critical Role. But in actual
Once
D&D,
per
Okay,
Don't
once
need
per turn you can deal
Yeah.
an extra 1d6 to a creature.
sneak
you
attack
hit.
is so much better in D&D
You
than
don't
it
need
is in Baldur's
advantage.
Gate.
Okay, so you don't need advantage if at least one of your allies is within 5 feet. Okay, so he would be choosing to use sneak attack. So yes, okay, so you would use your normal bow attack, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so you bring out your bow, so
Right.
click your bow. Now
Yep.
you would roll your attack to see if you hit.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the one on the right. Of
Yep, right of Solomon.
Because it's
Yep.
the closest. And fingers crossed.
You do know there's one just to the south of you as well. I'm just making sure in case you can't see
Yeah,
him. I can move
but
him if
that
you
one-
want.
Big
that one's
rolls
not
from the
within
boys.
5 feet though, is it?
Big rolls from the boys.
Whoa.
Yeah, you wouldn't have gotten sneak
No.
attack on that guy.
You have missed. You have missed.
I miss. And,
Okay. Wow.
that is my go.
That is your turn. We're all
Yeah.
gonna die.
I think if you add up all 3 of our native rolls, it probably still wouldn't have met the AC of one of these guys.
Yeah.
Like not far, yeah. Whoa.
We've got 2 + 6 + 5. Genuinely probably wouldn't have.
Okay, so the goblin next to Solomon pulls out his scimitar and goes to attack the lumbering giant that is Solomon. And he is
That hits.
rolling for 23. Wow. Okay. And oh, that's okay. All good. So the scimitar
That way anyway.
scimitar strikes you and hits you for 4 piercing damage. Solomon.
We're just
His-
self-tracking damage, yeah?
Yes, please. I need you
And
guys
just
to do it.
quickly, how do you know if it's gonna hit or not?
So there's a number sort of on a shield. It's directly under your character portrait. That's your armor class.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Thank you.
So just keep in mind as well, if you have armor in your inventory, it won't be automatically equipped. You'll have to equip
Yep.
it.
yeah, Curtis, I know that.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the number they have to reach. So it's equal to or more than. So if I have an AC of 15 and they roll a 15, it hits.
Okay, thank you.
Goblin just to the south of you guys takes out his shield, jumps on it, and slides down like Legolas into the pathway.
Badass.
Yeah, he's a badass goblin, and he is going to attack. He goes to shoot the large target that is Horatio with his short bow. Does 17 hit your AC? Jesus Christ.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Brad's so much better at like RNG dice than we are.
Yeah.
Brad's been training his RNG.
I've been
He's
training.
been like rolling dice all day.
Yeah, I've been rolling all the time. Okay, wow, he doesn't do much. Okay, so he takes out his short bow. It shoots Horatio right in the bum for 3 piercing damage. Now, to apply that damage, Horatio, you click on your. Do you guys just click on your hit points and then
I just
do
click
the
on my
math?
hit points. I do the math in my head. I'm sure there might be a way to
Yeah.
do it, but yeah.
Yep. So that's been done. Well done. Okay, great.
I'm
That's
not
done.
casting. I'm just checking. something.
This
Reading the
goblin
skill.
is going to go for a grapple on Solomon to try and knock him down the cliff, and he can choose to use Dex or Strength.
That's right. They changed the rules on grapple.
I'll do a.
Cool.
I'm happy to do a contested roll if you want to contest it. Like I'll do.
I
Dex,
mean, I'm
you
not.
do Strength.
I'm not a willing target. I think is it not the same roll though contested? Like if you do Dex, don't I also have to roll Dex? I don't actually know how the new rule works.
I don't know either, so let's just roll with. I'm going to give you the choice.
Okay, well in that case, I'll roll with Strength.
Yeah.
Is it just a check?
I'm just going to say let's go 1-to-1. Okay, so the goblin goes to knock Solomon right off the cliff. Actually, I could have just shoved you. I forgot that was an action. We had to make this complicated. The goblin goes to shove Solomon off the cliff. Solomon almost like kicks him, knees him right in the head, and kicks him away. And it is now back to Solomon's turn.
I like the idea of that sort of being a parry. So as he goes to like shove me, last second I sort of like block it with my knee and swing the sword back around my body and try and slash across his chest with it. That same goblin that just tried to attack me.
Yep.
So it's
That's a hit.
22 to hit.
Hit.
Sick, 9 slashing damage.
That great sword parry is going to kill him.
Beautiful.
How would you like to do it?
I just slice across, like sort of diagonally across his chest, and then just like kick him off the cliff so that his body just like rolls down.
Very good. Okay.
And then is shove an action or a bonus action? It's an action, isn't it?
Action.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I end my turn.
Oh, is shove an action? It's not
I don't know.
bonus. In
I'm pretty sure it is.
Can I just check that quickly because I want to shove if it's a bonus
shove
action.
is bonus in BG3, but I don't know about it.
I'm just double checking. Using the attack action, you make a special melee attack to shove a creature.
Yeah.
So in that case, I will just end my turn.
All right. And we're Lepage, after channeling his eldritch magic, has missed the goblin, and now you do see Lepage. You see a goblin sort of running towards you with his short bow drawn, and he's getting closer to you.
It's very funny to me that my accent, that my mispronunciation of his name has now become the way Brad says it.
Yeah.
Well, Curtis said it.
He
I
said
didn't.
LePage. He said LePage, and I mocked
No,
it by
but
saying
then,
Lepage.
yes, yeah. I thought that I actually thought it was Lepage. I thought it was Francais.
No. The page.
It rolls off the tongue better. Okay, I can
Yeah,
go
so
back.
now it's canon. Solomon just can't pronounce it. He doesn't understand the accent.
All right. I use a poison spray on the one below us.
All right.
Come on.
Doesn't that hit? Does that hit no matter what though?
What?
Range spell. No, does
Nah,
does not
poison
hit.
spray is a ranged spell.
That's a miss.
Fuck, poison spray is actually pretty strong as a cantrip.
Yeah.
D12, damn.
That is
All right.
strong.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. That's me.
Horatio, what do you got for us? Sneaky attack
Horatio's
boy.
a little disappointed. Wipes a bit of sweat off his brow, cracks his knuckles, and
Flicks it on his expensive coat.
he's gonna
Pulls
move a
an
bit
arrow out of
closer
his butt.
because he doesn't want to miss. And then he is going to try to do the exact same thing as before.
Welcome to level 1 D&D.
Yeah.
Do the same thing every turn.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna try and attack the one to my north.
Yeah. All right. The one next to Solomon.
And we miss. Oh no, maybe.
13?
You do miss Horatio
Ah,
again.
Fucking Christ.
Is that your turn?
That is all.
No,
Yeah,
that's
all.
it. Level 1 D&D. All right,
Hell
Goblin next to Solomon has his scimitar out, and he is going to try and shove Solomon off of this cliff. Cliff, do you have shove in front of you, the mechanic?
I'm getting it back
You have
up.
to do a con save, I think. But I don't know.
I thought
what
it was
the con-
strength also. Here we go. Shove is a special melee attack action where you push an enemy. You make an athletics check instead of your usual attack roll.
I do.
Yep.
Okay. And
You can only shove creatures that are no more than 1 D&D size larger.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I'm only medium, so you'd be able to shove me.
And athletics is a strength modifier, correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna fail that. So he goes to again.
It's just against my AC. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I failed it.
Oh, okay.
I failed it hard.
Mad.
Yeah, very hard. Don't worry. It was off screen, but it was failed.
Did it start with a 1 and end with a 1?
It didn't. No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh.
Fuck, it was like a 12. The goblin again goes to knock you off back into the pathway and fails in doing so. And Goblin to the direct south is going to take another shot with his short bow. He's getting a little bit closer as well. He's going to take a shot at the big Horatio. Jesus.
The first nat 20.
Too bad it's from the fucking
Who's popping
GM.
it?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I need to start
I
hiding.
don't get over the 3 nat 20s in a row in our fight last night.
That was insane. That was really cool.
That
to
was
see.
like in the space of like 2 turns, it was about 150 damage dealt.
That was really cool to see. Okay, so Goblin again looking like fucking Legolas, darting across the path, takes out, really strings his bow, clips Horatio in the side with an arrow for 7 piercing damage.
Is easy? Did you just?
I
die?
am. Yeah.
Easy.
Alright,
Horatio's down.
I have to roll a death saving throw.
No,
Not
until
now.
your turn.
Not yet. No, not yet. Okay, so that's the end of his turn.
I'm on 0.
Solomon, are you gonna save the day here?
I don't have any healing shit yet, bro.
No, yeah.
Level 1.
Alright. Solomon is going to look at this goblin dead in the eyes after being shoved by him and say, "My turn, motherfucker," and shove him back.
All right.
So it's a athletics check.
What's it against? What's the athletics check against?
It's against your AC.
You failed.
It's an attack. It's an
Nice.
attack roll with that. As
Oh,
your
sorry.
modifier.
It's against my AC with your modifier.
Yeah.
Sorry. No,
Still, that is
sorry.
with my
No.
modifier. So it
Yes.
doesn't hit.
Okay. Sorry. No, you don't hit. All right,
I'm
you miss.
just I'm distracted by the screams of my wounded compadre.
Horatio. Yeah, Horatio's like bleeding out on the ground. Like.
What can I do here? Actually, hang on. I might actually be able to help him. Let me just check if it's a bonus action.
He's been trying to help you, and he keeps he actually almost shot you in the eyeball with one of his arrows that missed the goblin.
Sorry.
He hasn't had to use
damn
the
it.
short bow in quite a few months. He's just warming up. He's warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I unfortunately cannot help. I'm gonna have to end my turn. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh,
Sorry, I just realized I
he's
can.
back. He's getting creative.
Solomon is gonna slide down the cliff down to Horatio,
Nice.
and yes, I'm aware that is going to be an attack of opportunity.
Yes, it will be an attack of opportunity, and it's a miss.
Beautiful. And because I thought this was an action, but it's not. It's a bonus action. I'm going to cast Lay on Hands.
Ooh, is that
for
bonus
5
action?
points.
Nice.
It is a bonus action, yeah. I'm going to use Lay on Hands. How do I target? I'm going to have to actively target him because otherwise it's going to apply it to me. Now you're targeted.
Or can't you
Well, it's
just
just-
roll
it's
the
just 'cause it
dice and
automates
then?
it.
Oh, does it automate it?
I believe
Can't-
so. Did that just
Can't
fail you?
just-
It didn't?
I
okay.
reckon
well.
just press healing and then
Yeah, you just you get 5 hit points back.
5.
yes. There you
Yes.
go. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Cool. And that'd be your turn, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I sort of flavor it like mid-slide. Solomon grabs him by sort of the back of the scruff and picks him up and just like plonks him back on the ground and says, "Come on, keep fighting."
Thanks,
We're
Dad.
under fucking siege here. Nice. All right. Lepage.
All right.
Lepage.
So, I noticed that my magic skills are obviously not up to par. The arrow has obviously affected me more than I thought it did. So instead of using my charisma, I'm going to try my strength, and I'm going to go in for a melee attack.
Ooh. He's getting up in his business. And what weapon is Lepage wielding under that garb?
His dagger.
Dagger. All right. Here he goes. Here he goes. He's
go.
back. Here he goes.
Oh, maybe he's a martial character after all.
The 20 bomb.
So yeah, so Lepage like walks up there. He notices that the fight has taken its turn. Horatio's gone down. Solomon has come in to save the day, and he now needs to step up and take things into his own hands, and pulls the dagger out from underneath his cloak and just slices the goblin right across the throat.
Yeah, and damage.
The two nat ones on the crit.
This goblin has
That's
seen
the
battle
lowest
before,
possible crit.
and you actually think you're gonna slice him across the throat, but you actually get him like here where there's no arterial vein. Like you just like slice him across the chest here, and he sort of like looks at you because you were coming in fast for the kill, and he sort of like looks up like you missed, but you do damage, obviously. Sorry.
Nat one critical. That's nuts.
That's insane.
Double nat 1 on the critical.
Double nat one.
Oof. Lepage.
Yeah.
That's your alter ego. Lepage is the guy that misses, and Lepage is the heavy hitter. Yeah.
Lepage Fox.
Lepage Fox. Yeah. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Horatio has just gotten back up from being down. So Horatio, you do not have an action this turn. Is there any bonus actions that you would like to do, or you can move as well?
Are we not playing with the exhausted rule?
Yeah, I got the debuff as well.
Yes.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yes. So he has disadvantage on saving throws for the rest of the fight.
Oh, so it's just a rest of the fight. It's not like a short rest thing or anything, or a long rest thing.
I haven't thought of that. Maybe it is a rest thing because he's exhausted. He's been down. Like maybe it is. We have to rest.
Maybe a short rest. Maybe not a long rest.
No, not a long rest. No, I agree.
Like a short rest.
No, I think
down
that's
and-
fine. I think if you're exhausted, you need to rest. So yes, you do not get that back until you short rest at least.
Okay. I can't do anything now, so I'm all good.
You can move. You can move. So you can get up and move.
Alright, I might lick my wounds a bit, move a bit further away and not get targeted straight away, hopefully. And that is me.
All right. Goblin to the due north that saw Solomon running away. He takes out his short bow again to shoot Solomon, and he is going to. He is going to 15 hit your AC?
Nope.
No, he's gonna miss. He almost actually shoots his friend, the other goblin, in the face in the process of trying to hit him. Goblin number 2, after being just maimed across the chest, is going to take out his scimitar to attack Lepage right in front of him. And is 19 is going to hit, I assume.
Yep.
Yes, it does. Okay. You, with his scimitar, he slashes the other arm on the other side of your body from the arrow and does 5 slashing damage. And ends his turn.
Is it me?
Solomon?
Cool. I'm going to call out to Horatio to try and handle the one on the ledge, and I'm going to run over to this fella here and smack him with a greatsword.
Nice. Oh, is that the weapon you have? Great sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
11.
That's a miss.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, I end my turn. Level 1, bro.
Lepage.
All right. I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Here we go.
How do I?
Press summon,
Okay.
and then you
There's
can
no,
place it
there's
on
no
the map.
summon button.
You want me to do it for you?
Yeah. Can
Where do
you
you
put
want
it
it
next
to
to
go?
the goblin? Next
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
Do you see it now?
Yeah. And I want it to shove the goblin down to us.
Is that an attack? Because the hand's not allowed to attack from memory.
No. So he does have to roll initiative. The hand has to roll initiative as well. So I will do that for you. And then he will come into the initiative order. That's my rule. It may not be the rule of the game. So
Okay,
his
well,
initiative
what's-
order will come.
Okay. So as a magic action on your later turn, you can control this hand.
But you
part of
can
the
shove.
action.
You can shove.
The
Definitely.
hand can't. No, the hand can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
Surely it shares his initiative because he has to control it on his turn.
No,
that's an action
it
to control.
has his own. It has its own turn and initiative. It is a summon on the. That is my rule. It's
Yeah.
from Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
But I think you're right on D&D rules. I just
Fair
prefer it this way.
All right. So with that, then I guess I can't do anything because I've done my action.
Is that an ally?
I guess it makes sense though
Yeah,
if
it
you
is.
summoned it to use it.
Yeah, because that's my action, right? Like I
Okay.
have nothing.
Otherwise, you have
I
to
will
wait for it to
reflavor
actually
this
make use of
so
it.
to make it make more sense. You can use it. You can use it when you summon it immediately, but then it comes into the initiative order after
Yeah,
that.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
That sounds good.
All right. And yeah, so
It's a really
I'd like.
complicated
It's almost like it gets a surprise round in a way. Like it gets to join the
Yeah,
fight.
because it's like your spell, you get to do something with it immediately, but then it rolls into the initiative order.
Otherwise, he's almost like sacrificing a turn
Yes,
to summon it.
yes, which would
Yeah,
be
it's
stupid.
almost-
Yeah.
It'd be a waste. All right.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to do a shove, and push him off the little cliff down to us.
What did we say we did for this? Did you roll? He has to have his own stat bar. Oh, he does. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the hand does, yeah.
So you'd roll an acrobatics check? Yes.
Sure.
With the mage hand.
Oh, with the mage hand. How do you do that?
You
Oh,
click double
well,
click
that's
the
so
mage hand.
cool.
Double click the mage hand, it has its own
Yeah,
stats. Yeah.
I did not know that. How do you do? No, there's no acrobatics though.
Acrobatics is strength. Am I right?
It's just a
Do
strength.
a strength check.
-5 strength. Like what? That's not. This isn't right.
No, it is right. That's correct.
We can.
They're not like as strong as.
No,
people are.
they're not people. Yeah.
Oh,
-4.
Like it's not right. This.
It is right. It's correct. That's how it is in Baldur's Gate too, as well.
They have fucking low stats.
Super low stats. Okay, so you miss. With that.
Yeah, I literally do nothing.
Horatio's turn. Are you done your turn?
Yeah,
That
that's it. Yeah.
Horatio, you've licked your wounds. What's next?
I've licked my wounds. I'm gonna come back and join the pack because I missed them, and then I'm gonna attack the north one with the short bow again.
Nice.
Where is it? Oh, I've got this.
Come on, Horatio.
This
Come
death
on.
saving throw things in the way, but I'll.
Oh, is there something in the way? Can you delete it?
Yeah. I don't know. I right click it. Nah, it's alright. I'll do it this way. Alright. So attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
My God. Oh my God. Miss.
Oh. I don't even draw the string back. I just absolutely fumble the arrow. That is me.
All right.
That is my go. At them.
And he's going to. He's still shooting down.
I was just looking. We should at some point brainstorm how we're gonna run Mage Hand because
Yes, it's
the way
odd,
it
isn't
works. The way it works in actual D&D, it can't attack. It doesn't have a stat block because it can't really do anything like that. It's just a utility spell. Like you can't even shove with it in raw D&D.
Yes, no, I thought that, but I don't mind letting it shove.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't-
that's what I mean. So we'll just have to work out a way to make it balanced.
I also don't
because-
mind letting it attack either. If it like it's only going to do 1 or 2 damage.
Yeah, I mean it's an
tops,
unarmed
though.
strike. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Sure. That's a miss, and it is other goblin's turn. He is going to attack Solomon, being right next to him. He's very, he's all over the
That
shop.
hits.
Oh my
That hit.
god.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And 4 scimitar damage to Solomon.
Yes.
Slashing. Mage Hand, it's your turn again.
Not hurting.
Well, Mage Hand is going to.
Maybe just use your modifiers for now. Is that more fair?
No, the Mage Hand should have -5, I think.
Okay, well, Mage
It is
Hand will
pretty,
try to-
I agree, it's pretty bad. Maybe it should just be 0s or something.
I reckon just, yeah, flat rolls.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about
-5,
it
like-
anyways.
Like a nat
I'll
20
give
is a
you,
15.
I'll give you 9 on that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
All right. With such versatility, Solomon pulls out his greatsword to do something different on his turn.
It tickles.
Oh, that was an 18, and then it flicked over. So annoying.
Fuck.
Oh my shit.
Okay, so you missed.
I did miss.
All right, Senor LePage. The daggers aren't working. The poison's not working. The Eldritch Blast didn't work. The Mage Hand didn't work. We are going to go with another cantrip to Eldritch Blast.
Yep,
See if we can make this thing
here we
a
go.
reality.
Who are we shooting at? One
The
is
one
worse for wear, so the one oh that was a mistake.
You just killed
Yeah,
him.
he's he's
The one
close
that's
to dead.
closest to
He's
us.
not dead yet.
Some divine intervention
Yeah.
just there.
yeah.
Yeah, you're willing it into existence right now.
Yeah,
Oh my God, you did.
you did. You hit him. You hit him. Yeah. Eldritch Blast is going to.
Oh, for
That,
fuck's sake.
that is killing him. That is killing him.
Okay, good.
You blasting him
All
away.
right.
He's dying. I willed that to happen. Oh, I just killed the other one. Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Oh, DM.
All right. So yeah, so I just hold out my hand and I just smash him.
With like the magic.
Yeah, with the Eldritch Blast.
Nice. All right, great. And as you do so, the other goblin, very frightened, gets up and you can see him. He's starting to run away.
I'm not
And-
gonna miss.
You going for an
Famous
attack?
last words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack him. He hit the boys. You don't really get away with that.
Yep.
Pretty sure he
Right.
also downed you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I was having a nap, but I'm gonna go for an
No one
attack.
saw it.
I don't know.
Roll. Oh, here he
That
goes.
was a 19
Here he
hit.
goes. He's hitting. He's hitting.
Okay, and I'm also gonna use my sneak attack because I got a mage hand next to it. Do I press that now or after? Do I do damage first?
You will hit. Sorry, what are you doing? You sneak attack. So first you would do press damage on your short bow.
Cool. No.
On your
So
short
here's a
bow
question:
attack.
Does sneak attack apply? Does Mage Hand count as an ally?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, maybe,
not actually
maybe.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
For
And
the-
then,
for the
and then
purposes of
click
sneak attack,
damage
I mean,
on sneak
you
attack
know.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Curtis
then
was still floating head for a second then.
I'm gonna roll the other one.
Horatio, you are killing him. So when you kill an enemy, you get to flavor the kill however you want. So you can go beyond, above and beyond if you want to, saying like, oh, I just shoot him with my bow and he dies. You can flavor it. Like some people will say, like the arrow shoots into his head, it explodes. Like you can add your flavor to this attack,
Basically,
especially with the
Mortal Kombat
sneak attack.
fatality.
Yeah, it's a fatality.
Yeah. Cool. So as I go to draw my arrow, I realize I look down and the feathering is just a little bit tweaked off. So I straighten it out, I draw back my arrow, and I see the goblin start to turn and run. And as I let go, it follows up the cliff face, hits him in the back, and then just pins him to a tree. And he just doesn't make another movement at all.
Nice.
That's pretty sick.
Well done, team. You've successfully figured out your first combat encounter. Incredible work. And so the remnants of the battle lie. You're all sort of licking your wounds. Obviously, there's an exhaustion that sort of hits all of you. Horatio the most after being pinned to the ground with arrow fire and going through a near-death experience, which you haven't done in many years. Solomon, you do notice as you're bandaging your side up from the scimitar attack that one of the goblins is sort of like he's like on the ground, like bleeding out, but he's sort of like trying to like crawl his way away.
I want to walk up to him and just like press his face into the dirt and just say, just like, tell us where you're from, who sent you, and I'll make this quicker.
We're just here to ambush the road.
No one sent you?
The boss sent me. Of course.
And where can we find this boss?
Roll a deception check or whatever check.
This is intimidation, surely.
Intimidation.
I'm trying to intimidate him.
You can have advantage on it.
Bad.
He's dying.
Yeah, he got your foot on his head.
23.
So he's like clearly like a very cowardice goblin as well.
Please, spare me.
And he says, they're in a cave just north of here. He sort of like brings up his like slithery little finger and points in the direction of where those tracks were from before.
That way.
Does he look like he's gonna die regardless if I don't kill him here?
Nah, he's pretty worse for wear. Yeah, he's bleeding a lot.
Fuck. I cast Healing Hands on him, and as I do, I say, take me there. If we survive, you survive.
And he's like completely startled, and he says, he's like looking down at his like wounds in his chest and everything, and he's like very surprised and stunned, and he says, thank you, and okay, right this way, but he says, my life will be forfeit either way.
I kind of just look absolutely shocked because I'm drenched in blood.
So am I.
I'm nearly.
Well, this is a bad idea, but wait.
Nearly dead, and I just witnessed Solomon heal a goblin instead of us.
Yeah.
I'm just so gobsmacked. I've never experienced anything in my life, and then finally I'm like, it's over. Finally, and
Just kill him.
and he's like healing the thing that just killed us, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, it's not like he can do much. Like I've got him like pressed into the ground. Like he's barely alive. Sort of
Not
thing.
more, apparently. He's more alive than all of us. So, yeah, back in the character, I'm absolutely drenched in blood. My clothes are just covered. everything that looked expensive is now just like tarnished, and I'm just so confused with everything that's just taken place.
Cool. And the goblin looks to be willing to help you.
I'm going to keep a
Hesitantly.
hold of him by the wrist. I'm keeping a hold of him by the wrist anyway. Like, I'm not
Alright.
letting him leave.
Yeah.
I say to the group, could we tie him to a tree and rest so we can
Yeah,
tend to
I
our
hold
wounds?
I hold him high above my head while the other, like, against the tree. In fact, I hold him up against the same tree that his dead mate is currently pinned to, as a reminder, and let the other two tie him up there while we rest.
Nice. And he's like, I'm hungry. Okay, so you short resting?
Yes, please.
Yeah, short rest.
Or what? Yeah, sorry, whatever rest you want to do. You can
I
rest.
think short rest, because short rest doesn't require us to sleep. I think it'd be pretty stupid to sleep.
Yeah,
Leave him up there.
I need something here. I'm cooked.
Yep.
Appreciate the short rest.
So, do you know how to short rest too? How it works?
I'm gonna click it.
So
After all,
basically,
nice.
so let's just wait. Just close it first.
Sorry. Yeah.
So if you have a look where your character portrait is, just below your hit points, there's a thing called hit dice.
Yes.
Your hit dice is basically a consumable, which is a dice you roll on a short rest to recover health. You can choose to use as many as you want.
Yeah.
So say you have 3 hit dice. You can choose to only use one of them if you're not that hurt, or you can use all of them. You get them all back on a long rest.
Yeah.
But the hit dice also determines your health when you level up. So different classes have a different hit dice. For example, mine is a D10. I think yours is a D6 from memory, or a D8, one of the two.
It's a
So
D8.
when you level up, you roll a D8, and whatever number you get, that's how much extra health you get with your level up.
Okay.
So for me, I roll a D10. That's why some classes end up tankier. Hi, Polder.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what a hit dice does and how it works.
Okay. Easy as.
All right, so you've just had a rest.
Yeah.
Uh,
It should want to apply as well once you click rest.
You all level up to level 2.
Oh
Congratulations.
yeah. Good start.
I don't remember how to level up in this. mode.
Neither do I. Oh, that's right. No, so you go to skill features, click on your class with the edit tab, and go to the next level. Are we doing take average, or do you want us to actually roll for the health point
Don't
increase?
roll for that. That's stupid. Take average.
You just want to take average?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's so much RNG. Like, jeez. Can you theoretically get more though? Technically, like you could get more, you could get less. Is that
Yes.
right? Yes.
Do I refresh my hit points to max?
No,
No.
From-
Okay.
with your, you should have rolled the dice when you did the short rest.
I'm just gonna take
I'm
5
pretty
and
sure-
grab
I
a
think
drink of
you did.
water.
Go for it. Oh no, you didn't press roll.
all of you feel a lot more well rested after that, and a little bit stronger as well and healthier. And obviously Horatio's just stuffed his face as well. And you've got Bork the Goblin strapped up above his dying friend, well, his dead friend beneath him, and he's just sort of like trying to wriggle his way out of the tree, but he's well and truly stuck. What would you like to do with him?
The goblin.
The goblin. What did I call him?
I-
Bork?
Yeah, we're gonna take Borg and we're gonna go on a little adventure to the boss.
My headset doesn't transmit, but I can hear you guys when I'm in my kitchen.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to
We're gonna let
visit the big one.
Awesome.
Okay.
So he very pensively gets up and like he starts to sort of writhe away through the bushes and takes you on that same pathway that you could see the trampling, the footmarks from before, and you go on a little bit of an adventure through the woods, but you can see that he is quite like, he's not aggressively darting through the woods. He's sort of looking behind him and looking at you guys while you're doing it. And he tiptoes around a trap, and he points it out to you as well. So he says, like, he points, and he says, like, don't step here, don't step here.
I want to keep the thing as well. I'm still firmly holding on to this guy with my.
Oh,
with
that's
my
right,
hand on
that's
him.
right. He's not in
So
front of you.
If
Okay.
if I get trapped, then he gets trapped.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
And I'm not like hurting him or anything, but if I do see him start to like look for a dart off or something, like at any time I see his eyes wandering from the path sort of thing,
Yeah.
other than just taking a look at us, I just want to squeeze him and just remind him that I'm bigger and stronger and he
Yep.
can't do much about it.
Yep. Okay, so he continues to walk, and yeah, so he points out a trap to you guys, and it looked like upon investigation, it looks like it would have been like a snare that would have actually been able to strap one of you up and take you up into the trees. But he points it out to you, friend Delee, and he keeps walking, and you've sort of got him by the wrist, Solomon, but he falls, like all of a sudden the ground beneath him gives way and he falls into a pit with spikes in it. Like, are you going to try and catch him?
Oh, I hold him.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
With my other hand, I want
do
to like
a
draw my
strength.
sword and jam it into the ground.
Do a strength check.
I can't be fucking my sheet up. I have a +3 in that, so I'm just going to manually roll it.
Yep.
I think he may die. I rolled a 7.
Poor Borg. Unfortunately, you reach out to grab him and he slips through your wrist and he's dead. He's spiked. You've lost your companion.
I tried. He could have been the best NPC going forward. Could have been our friend.
Borg is dead.
Well, Borg will not be our friend.
Borg does not fuck.
Borg sure as hell doesn't fuck.
But you have found, obviously, you found a bit more of a beaten track now, so you definitely are heading what you believe would be wherever he was taking you.
So it's sort of on the more obviously traveled path now, not just like...
Yeah, definitely more obviously traveled path. And you come to this clearing, and you've been following like this river as well. So you've got a river sort of to your right. You've got forest. You've been going through quite a thick forest. The path that's been traveled, obviously by, it's been hewn. Like you can tell it's not like human beings. You do see like marks and tracks of like bodies that might have been dragged through here. There's like little traces of blood, the Horatio, that you see and notice with your keen eye being so close to the ground as well. So you come to this clearing, this little dell in the forest. In front of you, you can see. So you've been approaching this mountainside, There's obviously like a river flowing out of this mountainside in front of you, and quite an exaggerated entranceway as well, where all the tracks are leading. So you've got a steadily flowing river that you're following. It's not very deep though. Like you could cross it. It's probably 3 feet deep, 2-3 feet deep, moving quite quickly, but easily crossable. Maybe not for Horatio, but the anyone normally sized with normal legs. Horatio's underwater. Clearing to the left, and that is where I will leave you.
All right. Well, knowing now that I've got this new, I guess, necro ability, sorcerer ability, I'm going to cast my Armor of Shadows, which grants me mage armor and does not cost me any skill points, and it lasts for 8
Ooh.
hours.
Wow.
Jeez, that's
Whoa.
fucking cool.
You want to use that?
It lasts for 8 hours, so why not?
Definitely. Yeah.
Damn, that's a mad spell.
That is a good spell. You guys on the
Yeah, but I'm-
VTT? Can you see what I'm seeing now?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I've
yes.
clicked cast and it's not fucking doing anything.
It's not automating it.
Doesn't do it. You might just have to like manually make your AC 13 or something.
Yes. So what's your AC meant to be? What's its normal?
Right now it's at 12.
Yeah.
So it only
I
goes
can
to
see
1.
14 on your screen. If that
Oh,
helps.
it did work. It worked.
Perfect.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, because it goes to 13 plus your dex modifier, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, plus dex bonus is exactly what it does. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it doesn't
so it did
cost me a
automate it.
fucking skill.
Whoa, that's
fucking
so
good.
strong.
Yeah,
So you basically automatically at 14.
yeah, pretty much.
Ooh.
I play at 14 now.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. There's no way to knock it off or anything like that. It's not concentration. Or anything. No. Cool. Armor of
no,
Shadows. Does it change your appearance?
No, it's mage armor. It's just like their version of mage armor.
I'm just asking you for flavor. Does it look like what does it look like?
Honestly, it's just a flash it's like a blue flash that goes over me when I cast it, but then it just dissipates.
Yeah.
It'll only pop up while I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
It'll do little blue flashes as I'm being attacked.
Awesome. Okay, so the three of you are standing in this little clearing with the river flowing next to
I
you.
sort of imagine it like the you guys have seen the Dune movie, like the sort of shield.
Yeah,
things they-
exactly
Yes,
what I was
yes,
doing.
yes.
That's exactly
That's
what I was
thinking
doing.
too.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of.
Cool.
Vibrating armor.
All right, so
Can I would probably, after seeing old mate fall into the pit, I'd probably kneel down to Horatio and just like pretty much say, you're obviously more traveled in the realm of underground happenings. Why don't you lead and keep an eye out for any more of that sort of stuff?
I agree. I'm a bit scared looking at the what happened to a fellow of a similar stature, but
I pat him on. I like scruff his head. Don't worry about it. Fuck. I promise I won't drop another one of us.
Out of character here, but do you have like survival? Because you can always ask the GM to do like a survival check.
I think
Just-
there's checks for that.
Yeah, that's survival. Yeah.
what's survival?
Shit. Is
Yeah.
survival traps?
It's
yeah.
actually perception, I think, isn't it?
I think
No.
yeah. So survival is for natural hazards, not so much traps.
Yes,
So things like quicksand or rockfall. Or
Oh,
sort of-
yeah, my bad.
it's all good. That's good to know though for Horatio.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out because yeah, Fip's saying go ahead. So
You
let
can
him
cast
kinda-
roll for perception, Horatio.
perception.
Perception.
It's weird though. You used to be able to highlight this.
16.
Ooh, very good. All right, so Horatio takes like a few steps ahead of the party, and he looks around. He doesn't sense. Like pats the ground. He looks in the water, pats the trees, and looks sort of at the cave mouth opening. He doesn't see any more traps of any kind. He does, however, spot in the glint of his eye. He spots through the thicket to his immediate right. He does spot what looks to be some goblins sitting around talking to one another.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I've only seen it
It's
I try to be.
Said to me then that you only have you have a -1 to wisdom. I thought you had higher. My bad. I've just shoved you into the thick of it.
He should be proficient in perception though.
Not necessarily. You can choose what you're proficient in. He could have taken like sleight of hand instead.
I do
Yes.
Two picks.
I
for the
think
proficiency.
I'm
know
a bit blind, but I'm good with the little thingies.
right. As long as one of us spots it, he can disarm it.
Sausage
Okay,
fingers.
no.
Yeah, your little sausage nugget.
Yeah.
As I gaze to the right and I do pick up those goblins, I quickly turn around in a hushed voice, let Solomon and LePage know that there are some things afoot just across the river and through the trees.
I'm not by any means good at keeping my armor quiet, so maybe you two should shuffle on ahead.
I'm very light on my feet and nimble.
I can near on guarantee.
Surprisingly light on my feet.
If I come with you guys, we will be spotted. So
Alright.
I'm gonna hang back here. If you guys can create a distraction for me to get through, it'd be nice.
Before we go over there, could we check the corpse of the goblin if there's anything on him?
I think it's in a pit, isn't it?
How deep's the pit? Would I be able to, like-
30 feet.
30 foot.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Two matching onto the running joke already.
Yeah,
It's a solid 10, 15 foot drop. But
Okay. Well,
I
what was
mean-
his name again? Sorry.
Bork,
Bork. Okay. We go over.
he got borked.
You want to
Yeah.
dangle me by my feet?
No,
I
I
didn't
was
bring
gonna
rope this time, sadly.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it. It's too far. But what I was gonna say is we could go over there and talk to the goblins and be like, we had your friend borked, but he fell into the trap. Would you come and help us? Try to save him. Like not so much like deceive them, but at least let them know that to get them away from their maybe the group.
Solomon's backed up into I've backed up into these trees above us. I'm very much backseating this because I'm quite fearful that I'll give the party away if I'm.
So
around.
I'm thinking like maybe I could like separate their group a little bit by telling them that their friend Bork is stuck in one of their traps.
So you're saying you're like isolating one of them in the woods and telling them that you found Bork, and
Yeah, we found Bork,
Yeah.
but he fell in one of your traps. Can you come help us?
Okay, so you would roll. So he looks at you, and all he sees is a fucking tiefling in a like a coat, and he's almost like so shocked of what he's seeing, he doesn't even know what he's doing. But yeah, I'll say that there was one that you've isolated away, and you're speaking to him, and you will need to roll a whatever charisma.
Deception?
Charisma.
Deception, yeah.
What's the influence? Persuasion, but you're rolling with disadvantage.
Deception, bro.
Deception. Sorry,
Come-
deception.
don't- All right,
Yeah, with
thank you.
disadvantage though.
Okay, I will roll disadvantage.
Oh, a 12? Is that what you got? Fuck. All right. Okay. So the goblin says to you, he says, did you say Borg? Borg was my friend. Borg. Did you say he's with you? He's one of your party members.
Yeah, he's with us. He was with us. We were traveling together. He had just told me to come get to the camp, and then we stumbled upon a hole, and he fell in the pit. He's safe, but we need to be able to lower down to reach him and get him out.
Borg.
Could you come help me?
Yes. Okay. Just let me tell the fellas here, and we'll grab them. And sorry, what was your name?
My name's LePage.
Oh, Lepage. Okay.
You can very, very faintly from the trees just hear Solomon.
So you're gonna
It's like really
let him
trying to sound it
go
out.
get his mates.
How about I reach out, say out to him again? I'm like, no, we gotta go quick because if not, he might fall and hurt himself even further.
But I'll need the strength of the boss. The boss, one of our stronger goblins is just up here, and I'll need his strength to carry Borg out.
Could you hear it? He's screaming. He needs your help now.
Yeah, it's just here.
Colin, another deception. Persuasion, deception,
Who rolls
whatever.
that? Do I roll that from in the bushes, making the noises?
Oh, is that what you're doing? Is that?
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
All right, you can have advantage. You can have advantage on the roll.
Alright.
I'm using this. I'm using the help action. Yeah.
Help!
Are you rolling?
No, you're rolling. You're
Oh,
rolling with your
rolling. Okay.
advantage.
You're rolling
Yeah.
with advantage. My noises are the help action.
All right, so he hears these noises from across the river, and he says, Borg, we must go, and he follows you.
Okay, so I take him to the pit.
All right,
Yeah, we take.
Am I still hidden?
if you want to be.
I imagine you guys are, yeah. And then so I take him to the pit, and we lean over top of the pit, and I shove.
All right, so he Kargus, the goblin, you'll need to roll a strength check for that. Oh shit.
Oh, this is what always happens.
Okay, so you go to
Going so well.
you're like going up like behind him, like he's sort of looking around, and you just go to like give him a little into the pit, and it was almost so soft that he just like looks behind and was like, "Are you okay? Like, are we gonna help Borg?"
As this commotion is going on, Solomon walks out slowly from behind the bushes, gets right up close behind him, and just whispers in his ear, "Join him," and kicks him.
Who's he kick? Who are you kicking?
The goblin.
Okay, sorry. Strength.
Surely someone can get him in the pit.
This is Sparta.
There we go. Good shit.
All right, he's in the pit. He's also now Kargus gets kicked back by Solomon, and joins his friend Borg in the pit, and he's also spiked. He's on top of him. He's squished him down now.
I look over at Solomon and I'm like, surely we can get another.
I turned to him and said, "How many times do you reckon you can pull that off?" And I go back and hide in the bushes.
I've got the gift of the gab. This time I take Horatio with me.
I say thanks because I've just stood there, not being able to cross this river that is taller than me.
I totally forgot about that.
I take Horatio with me. I've got a little plumped on my shoulder, and we're like wading through the water.
All
And we
right.
go over to the other two.
All right. So you, upon like turning the corner, you notice like there's one goblin that looks a lot like very similar to Borg. He's sort of that half size, but there's actually a full-sized, like man-sized goblin that you're approaching as well. He's a little bit more. He looks a lot more cunning. He has his scimitar is like twice the size. And yeah, he actually has like javelins on his back as well. Like he's a warrior, and you can tell he's got some sort of he's a lot stronger looking than these other goblins have been.
Shame he's about to get pushed into the pit.
So I kind of like wave to the biggest one, and I say, "Are you the boss? Borg's calling for you."
Borg? Who's Borg?
He's
And who are
friends
you? You're trespassing here.
with Borg. He's one of your most loyal servants. You know Borg.
But you're not talking about that that grunt of mine that I sent to the tracks the other day.
Yes. Him and his friend, I think Clytus or Caracas, They were both over there. I was just speaking to them.
I care not for this, boy. What are you doing in these woods? What brings you here? And you better answer quickly. And who's that?
Sorry.
Who's that fat thing behind you?
Oi.
Let's just cop that for no reason.
Random stray.
Who's that?
Completely unearned.
Is that Kirby behind you?
And fuck that guy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy in particular.
Sorry, that was mean.
And okay, so I go, yeah. I've come to obviously try to get your help. That's what I'm trying to convince him of.
Okay, roll with disadvantage on a deception check. Jesus Christ. All right, what do you need? What do you need my help with then, young man?
There's a cart just at the end of the road with all of these supplies. The goblins had asked me to come and help us carry them back. We've stolen them from the townfolk.
And who sent you?
I told you, Bork, and the guy with the Crexus name.
Cargus, I think.
Bork and Cargus. Yes, you know, Cargus.
Cargus was just here a moment ago. Where's he gone now?
He's on his way to Bork.
Okay, so the goblin very hesitantly sort of puts his sword away, and he says, "Yeah, bring me to the loot then. Bring me to the loot."
All right. So I say, okay, we've got to cross the river, and we start to head towards the loot. And as we're walking, we walk towards the trap location where Solomon is ready to spring his trap.
As we're walking, it's been a while since I've done some thieving, and the smaller goblin is looking a little bit.
Getting withdrawals.
I need my fix. All right. So I'm looking at the
Horatio's vibrating in the background.
the smaller goblin is following the larger one, so he's out of sight. And I just want to try and see if he's got anything important on him. that could help
Sorry,
us.
which one are you trying to steal from?
The smaller goblin.
The smaller one. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
21.
So Horatio, just as the goblin sort of is drying himself off after going across the river, Horatio bumps up next to him and is able to. He actually snags a little pouch of gold and he finds 7 gold pieces on this goblin.
Hey, let's go.
Get it.
I look at Solomon through the bushes and give him a little wink as we continue on.
All right.
Solomon shakes his head, but at the same time, these are goblins, and Horatio clearly doesn't have much to his name, so he kind of just lets it go.
All right. So yeah, we're walking along and we're walking back towards the trap, and this time I don't take them too close to the trap because I don't want them to kind of see. I imagine that the bigger boss is probably more aware of the surroundings and where the location is. So we're not directly next to the trap, but we're close enough that within a good heavy push, you could probably get somebody in. But
Can I
it's
ask
not.
a question?
Yes.
With these guys not knowing I'm here, would I get advantage on an initial attack?
No.
That makes this not as worth it. But we're gonna do it anyway.
Sorry, it depends. Go ahead. I'll tell you if you do or not.
Solomon stumbles out of the bushes and taps the big one on the shoulder and goes, "Excuse me, my
What is
sword
going
just
on here?
started glowing. It's glowing. Have you seen this before? Here, have a closer look." And he jams it straight through his chest. And I am smiting.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'll give you an advantage with that for being an attack. I'll give you
Beautiful.
advantage. with that.
That's what we like to see.
Is this on the big guy or the little guy?
The big guy.
The big guy.
Attaboy.
You just come out of the woods.
Oh,
you
No.
fucking I rolled a 1 and a 2.
It was going so well.
In
So-
what world, bro, I worked hard for that advantage.
So the goblin boss was standing there, and he was like, he was already quite alert. Like he knew something was funny going on. He's seen this fucking tiefling with an overcoat and a dress coat walking through the woods, and all of a sudden this big lumbering guy comes out with his sword trying to trick him, and he almost like he grabs Solomon's hand as he goes up for the attack, and is like, there's I knew there was something odd when I met you, and immediately we're rolling for initiative.
It was worth a try.
We're all
We-
don't
we
worry
were
about the
getting there.
VTT when it comes to where everyone is as well. I don't like we're all right now. You're all in melee combat. You're all in melee combat basically. I'm just using it to get you into the game. Oh my god, what just happened?
Oh, I rolled early, I guess.
I just fucked something up. Hold on. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault.
I'll take it.
All right, here we go. And yeah, so we're rolling for initiative.
Yes.
Yes. Did you actually roll a 1 and a 2 there?
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Is that what happened? Oh
Yeah,
my
seriously.
lord.
advantage,
Horatio,
a
he's
1 and a
kicking
2.
us off.
So
Are you able to just move me next to them?
Yeah, if that makes it easier. Yep.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah. All right, you're all
Fighting over
you're all
trees.
around them. Yeah, like
so
oh, sorry. Begin combat. There you go. You're in.
just quickly with sneak attack, that doesn't need to be ranged, does it? Or does it? I'm
It
trying to
doesn't,
read that
no,
first bit.
Sneak attack does not need to be ranged. No,
Okay, the finesse and range bit, I'm just reading wrong.
they're just weapon types.
Cool. So the large goblin that is looking at Solomon and has just caught, the really, really good surprise.
Fuck off.
I quickly just I pull out my short sword and try and attack him
Sure.
square in the back.
Yep. That really good surprise.
Oh, well, there we go. First nat one.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
okay.
really good attack following the really
Yeah.
good surprise.
It's on brand, isn't it?
Yeah. So Horatio, seeing the obviously the failure of Solomon moments before, goes to attack the goblin boss. It goes to attack his ankles and slips over and slips past him. And the boss at this stage is just like, what is going on? He just like looks down at you, and it's you don't have a bonus action. You've lost it. Rolling a 1
Yeah.
there.
Cool.
Solomon,
back.
your turn.
Um,
You could hit either as well. Like I said, like you're in range.
Yeah,
You're in
yeah.
melee range of both.
I'm eager to get this bit, so I hold my sword up again. I really think you should have a look at this, and I swing it right at his face while it glows. Where the fuck is my weapon? There. Bro, like, why am I so bad in combat?
What are you doing?
I'm just fucking horrendous.
Who were you attacking there with the greatsword? Big or little?
The big guy.
The big dog. The big dog is just he's jacked as well, and he like bashes your greatsword away on this attack.
He's gonna cop it.
Is that your turn?
It is my turn.
Okay. Goblin. All right, little guy is going up for an attack, and he is also going in to try and help his the big dog. He goes in for a scimitar attack on Horatio, and looks like he, despite the large target, misses, and he ends his turn. All right, Goblin Boss is now, so the larger Goblin is now very, very angry. He's going straight for the attack on Solomon. Absolutely is, and goes. He is going to attack with Scimitar. And 14 does not hit, I'm assuming.
No, it does not.
Yep. All right, and he also on his back he rips off of a javelin, and he is going to attack. But he's trying to throw this at LePage, who's standing over the pit as well.
That would be disadvantage then.
It's not gonna hit.
Nope.
All right, so he misses and misses, and it's LePage with the response.
Lepage calls out the arms of Hyder or Hadar.
Ooh. Okay,
Sounds scary.
you're gonna fuck shit up with this.
Yep.
Arms of Hadar is strong.
It costs 2 slots, so I have to. Yeah, I got 2 slots. Good.
You do know what it does, right?
I gotta read what it does.
You might rethink that in
I-
this
I'd
setting.
read it.
To erupt from yourself, each creature in a 10-foot member originating from this. I can't use that right now because I'm gonna kill my party.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna refund the resource. We can.
Perfect.
What about clouded daggers?
Sure.
That's a little bit better, right?
Yeah, I'm happy if you want to use that. You could use it in a place where you could connect with both goblins without attacking your team as well.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe you couldn't. No, I'm kidding. No, I will give you that. Like, don't even worry about placing the template. Like,
Yeah.
We're not playing on the VCC.
That's what I thought. Okay, so do I have to do the DZ saving throw then? Yeah.
I think I do. Right?
Yeah, you do.
Yes. Is it up on screen? Did you click it? Like,
What do
did
mean?
you?
Oh,
Did
there.
you?
I can do it now.
I think
There we go.
I'm
Yeah,
meant to though.
I've saved.
You don't have to save though. I think I do.
DC 12 strength saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna make a strength save with both characters.
Well, that
Okay, so
sucks.
he's gonna take half damage, and because it damages no matter what, I'm pretty sure. And he is also going to take half damage. Okay, so what's the damage it does? Can you click it so it shows up? Okay, thank you. Click damage.
Oh, you don't even have to do. It's not even saving throw. It's just damage.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it
Yeah.
auto hits no matter what. Okay,
Yeah.
so hit damage. Jesus. Okay, so what does this look like? You're actually killing the small one with that.
A bunch of daggers come out of the ground. They form like ice crystals, and they start spinning around faster and faster and faster, and then they're just spinning in circles and circles and circles, and they're chopping away at the goblins.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is what the bigger one looks like. I didn't know I could do that until right now. All right, nice work. So you killed the
It looks
little
like
one.
His name is Jamal.
He does look a bit that way, yeah. And you've done 7 piercing damage to the big one that I just showed you. And is that your turn?
Yep.
Horatio, he stands back up and
Alrighty. Based on what's just happened, I feel like the sword is too mighty for me. I shove the short sword into the ground and use it as a little stool to jump up with my dagger and try and land a shot in the back of the goblin boss.
I like it.
the dagger.
Attack.
Here he goes.
Does a 17 hit?
That hits. That
Cool.
21 hits. It's a 21, my friend.
Oh, right. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna sneak attack it because he's
Yep.
stepping up on Solomon like that.
Nice.
Roll that one. And roll that one.
Nice. So you have done 8 piercing damage. And yeah, so you've stabbed him right in the back. After, did you jump on Solomon to do that, or?
No, I jumped off my sword that I
got
put in the ground.
Nice,
Yeah.
sick. All right, well done. Is that your turn?
That is my turn. Yes.
He's looking for worse for where he's bleeding. He's got like 3 guys just jabbing him with different things at the moment, and he's still sitting in a cloud of daggers as well at this stage.
Yeah.
Having a rough time.
It will land.
Nah, it's not worth wasting the fucking smite this time.
Divine smite.
My blade stops glowing, and I hold it up and go, "Oh look, it stopped!" And I hit him with my greatsword.
Oh, great. Level 2. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that is a miss, Solomon.
Bro.
And it's his turn. Is it his turn?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yes, sorry. I was making a joke, but it was serious, obviously.
No, yes, it was.
All right, so he is going to try and move out of the cloud of daggers being being smashed by them, but he will have to roll damage again on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's he going? Because someone's getting opportunity attack here.
He's just trying to. No one's gonna get an opportunity. He's just like jolting out from behind the daggers, and unfortunately, on the way out, that is going to kill him. So, what does that look like as a killing blow with the cloud of daggers?
As he's walking out through the daggers, trying to get past them, and he's dodging them, and he's dipping, and he's like trying to get away from all them, but he's too bloodied up and he's too sore, and he's dodged too many, and one's coming at him, and it's almost in like slow motion where he just can't get away from it, and it just cuts him right across the head, and right across the neck, and decapitates him.
Wow. So how does LePage feel about all this like killing, having just experienced his first 2 battles?
LePage knows some shit, and he'll obviously disclose that as life goes on.
Sure.
He's definitely the rich boy, and definitely the preppy boy, and that's grown up in the world that he's grown up in. But he has been trained as a fighter.
Nice.
By the people.
Nice.
All right.
Very cool. All right. Team, that is probably a natural place for us to conclude tonight's proceedings.
I loot.
I think as this happens, so Solomon's going up to LePage and just saying to him like, I don't understand how you do this talking thing and people just do what you say. I think I may as well just stick to fighting next time. But
Well,
it was worth a try.
I'll let you do the heavy lifting. Let me be the gift of the gab.
Just roll my eyes.
And then I looked down at my little pork chop of a friend and said, "Nice work with the dagger."
I love the step up. That was mad.
Yeah.
I think I may have finally found some people worth fighting with.
You just want to steal old mate's shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah, also,
currently
so...
I got my... Oh, did you add your 7 gold? To
No,
your
I haven't,
pouch?
because I wanted to also flick 2 gold pieces to each of you.
I
Keep your change.
yeah, I respectfully, I catch the 2, and I hand you back 5.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
No respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I like I see the 2 come at me and I just let it fall. I don't even catch it. I let it fall. And I hand you 5 gold.
I smile, because that's probably the best outcome for Horatio.
He's like, I made 3 gold.
So in conclusion of the evening as well, so you have found yourself onset by goblins on the Tribor Trail on your way to Phandalin. You're not too far away from Phandalin, so you've nearly reached what would be considered the region of Phandalin. You were beset by goblins. You followed Bork to the hideout of the goblins, which you're facing this ominous location, this ominous looking entryway to what is likely going to be more combat and mischievous stuff happening. And yeah, welcome to Phandalin, all.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Glad to be there.
Yes.